Today's project is going to be removing the rust from this 8.8 inch center section that I got out of a 96 Crown Victoria. As you can see, it's pretty scaly. I've cut the tubes off of it, and got an upcoming project that just requires the center section here, and I don't want it to be as scabby as it currently is. Found a 21-gallon tote. It sits in there pretty good. I'm going to give it a shot, see what we end up with. Alright, here's my setup. Got sacrificial anode, just a piece of steel that's clean down there at the bottom in a couple spots. Hopefully the electrolysis will drop the rust off of the center section. Got a 1 amp 12 volt battery tender here. I'll plug in here in a minute when I get my water and electrolyte solution mixed up. I did round about a cup of washing soda in with here. I'm hoping to get about, it's 21-gallon tote, roughly 18 gallons of water in there. I figure that differential, probably for differential housing, probably displaces around 1.5 gallons. So I'll keep letting her fill up, and we'll be right back. So it's filled all the way up. Just that little bitty bit of that ear is sticking out, which is fine because I could always use a flap wheel on that after the bulk of the rust is removed. So I've got the charger set up here, not plugged in yet. Everything else is ready to go. Now it's plugged in. I've got a plastic snow shovel here that I've been trying to scoop some of this foam away to see if I can see anything of interest going on here, and I don't see much going on. I don't really know what I expected to see either, so this could be normal. I've got currently searching through the old junk van for a sacrificial anode. I think I'm going to use that pinion gear there. That's a good clean piece of steel to start with, and if that doesn't work, I've got two old fuel injection 350 crankshafts, and there might be a can laying around, and if all else fails, this old Ford Fiesta brake rotor might do the job. I switched over and decided to use that pinion. Wasn't getting anything really going while I was in there. Got bit by some piece of wire, so I'm going to mend that up, and then hopefully this will do something. If not, I've got this little fella that runs 3 amps at 12 volts. We'll see what it can do, and if not, I've got a backup 1.5 amp battery tender just to see if we can get something going. Changed chargers, went with this old school die-hard, currently running it at 5 amps. Probably switch it back over to 2 amps before I go to bed. I did swap out the water. A lot of grease and gear oil had let go from the differential, and Just didn't want that in there. And since I've swapped it over, as you can see, it's, ooh, that was exciting. It's got some rust definitely coming to the surface now, so I'll probably switch that over to the lower amps and call it a night and check on it in the morning. Well, a little bit of a change after one day. We're looking at roughly 18 hours of soaking at this point. Next video will probably be after 24 hours. I'll probably pull the housing out and take a look at how it's actually doing. Might clean any of the scale is broken loose on it, and then we will go from there. Here we are just about one day later, and a lot of the big scaly stuff has come loose, and what hasn't come loose is just barely hanging on. So I would say, for the effect I was going for, this was a massive success. Just want to do one quick update. That's the amount of rust that appears to have fallen off of that housing. I got to think about it. I might end up going ahead and doing one more day in the electrolyte solution just to see where that gets me. So if I do, I will come back with a quick update on how it turned out after that. I can show you out in the sun here how the differential did come out. As you can see, it turned out pretty good, at least in my opinion. Alright, decided to give her one more go in the electrolysis bath, so it's filling up now. I'll get the battery charger hooked up to it and get my electrolyte in there, and we'll probably check back before I go to bed. Alright, new water. A little smiley face going on there. Might let her set for about 2 days and then come back and see what I got. Alright, had one small hiccup. My pinion down there was attached to that, and as you can see, it rotted away over the course of the night. So I got her cooking again. I got her bumped for about the last couple seconds. I got it bumped up at 50 amps just to kickstart the reaction, so I can make sure it's gonna go before I head off for my day. So I'm gonna bump this back down to 2 amps, and I'll check in with it when I get back. Alright, we're approaching day 2. The only change I made is I added an axle shaft to the far side to hopefully pull some of that heavy scaling on the top side of the differential housing off. This side seems to be pretty active, so since adding that axle shaft, these little bubbles have started to form. So I think this might be the way to go. Probably, like I said, leave this in here for another day or 2 before I either do a water change or call it complete. Alright, last checkup on the differential housing. Probably going to let it cook for probably another 6, maybe 7 hours. When I get home this evening, pull it out, wash it off, and we'll go from there. That needle scaler idea, if it's worse for wear, Probably still going to do that, but I'm hoping that it's fairly clean to the point where I won't have to do that and can just pick the rest of the little big pieces off with a screwdriver. Alright, I'm going to pull this out after draining it, and we will see how well the rust removal went. I'm going to say I'm pretty impressed with how this all finished out. And the rust at this point is just flaking off like it was never even actually a part of the housing. I'm very impressed with how this all turned out. So if you got a tote and some rusty parts and some decent sacrificial steel, I highly recommend giving this a try. Have a good day.